Hello everybody, this is Close Sicilian or Seahawks fan 3210 on Twitch. I'm going to be reviewing a chess game from 1965. This game was played in Hamburg between Lothar, Schmid, and Langeweg. I probably butchered this, but still, this was played in round 9, and I really tried to figure out what this stands for, but I don't know. So, on to the game. First, we have c4. Then, f6. This is the English opening and the Anglo-Indian defense by black. c3. d6. g4. Knight to d7. Lothar Schmid plays e4. Then we have e5 from kick. Then we have knight to e2, which controls these squares and provides support for this pawn in case it's taken by the pawn on e5. So, c6 opens up a little bit of breathing room for the queen. g3, preparing to fianchetto the bishop. g7, preparing to fianchetto black's dark squared bishop. White fianchettos the bishop onto g2. Black fianchettos on g7. Now in this position, white has a few moves. They can possibly push the pawn to d5, and after pawn takes, then you have a nice bit of center space. Another idea would maybe be pawn to f4. White decides to castle. So black castles as well. White plays pawn to h3 to get some room for his queen to move here later in the game. Black plays rook to e8, developing a bit of more strength and protection for this pawn in case it is taken. If white takes, then this can be a move to get the rook into the attack. White played e3 by the bishop, again applying more protection to the d4 pawn. Black decides to take on d4. So Lothar again replies by taking the pawn on e4, not allowing any of these pieces to be lost. So, black plays knight to c5. With queen to c2, applying more protection to this. So instead of black being able to take, and then white taking, and then black taking and controlling the more of the middle, black no longer has that opportunity. So c2. Next comes pawn to a5. Then we have d1, d7, and b3 by the knight, attacking the pawn and the knight. Black allows this. c7 by the queen. We have d2, then b6, which protects this a5 pawn and this knight. So instead of capturing the knight, white plays d4. Well, it looks like he's allowing this with no repercussions at all. After takes, this is attacked, and he has this all blocked off from the black king. So, instead, black played pawn to a4, which is protected by both the knight and the rook. So, b4 was played, attempting to kick the knight off of this protection of this pawn. This, however, gave black the opportunity to en passant. We have b3, taking back the pawn, but now this nicely placed black rook has this entire rank to itself. We have b7, settling late in the game the bishop, which may have some ideas of coming over here soon. We have d1, stacking up those rooks, f8, b4, and knight to e6. White does not choose to take the knight on e6. White chooses to remove his knight and goes to e2. We have a3, attacking this knight and putting pressure on this by skewering it. We have f4. White knows that black is not going to take this yet because it would be a loss of 2 points. Black goes e7 with the bishop. We have e5 by Lothar Schmid. Black withdraws his knight to f8. We have queen to b3, attacking this unprotected black rook. We have a8, withdrawing the rook from the queen's attack. White takes on d6. We have bishop takes on d6. We have rook takes. Then rook takes pawn on e3. Then e4, blocking in the rook. And then bishop to c8. White pushes the pawn to b5. We have b5 takes, c takes on b5. Rook takes on d7. This is a really questionable move. If takes, then, or say, what could have been takes, what happens here? White is not going to take, because this just gets this nice knight into the game, so that just doesn't make much sense to me. So we have knight takes, and then rook takes, bishop takes. Now this is not going to be good for white. That is most definitely a mistake. Let's see. What does the computer say? Do a quick 2-minute. Let me just get there. Let's see. Whatever, it's a blunder. Yeah, back to bishop takes. And then we have check on f6, forking the bishop and the king. King moves to f8, and white withdraws his bishop to d5, attacking the queen. And in this position, Langeweg resigned the game. Let's see here. Why exactly did he resign the game? Well, if he had played anything with the queen, he would have immediately lost the rook. If he had played a move with his rook, he would have lost his queen, and then his other rook would be under attack. Let's say he decided to stay and save the rook. Save the rook. We have takes, and an interesting move would be takes. You could withdraw your queen, but then check. And after here, we have f6, which is check. Only move is here. Then there could be takes with bishop. Let's see that again. Black has no choice but then to lose his queen. But in that position, he loses his queen and his rook, no matter what. It's check, check, and when king moves, takes. Let's see another line. where black did not resign. Let's say he decided to save the queen. Actually, let's see here. There was a move that I thought would be able to save everything, but I'm very unsure as if it would work. Let's see. Let's see if... Let me just put my thinking cap on here. What happens if e8? Bishop takes. Rook takes. And queen really wouldn't take. Let's see, if rook take, if queen takes, rook takes, and this is not doing anything. This is simply losing. So, with takes, let's see if he took the rook. Takes. Something like that. After f6, there'd be a threat of checkmate. So, an interesting line would be that takes, not takes. Then you'd really be stopped. So, I honestly don't know. This line probably could have been played out by black, but it seems that black resigned the game simply because all was lost. Let's continue. Back on the actual line. Okay, this was the final position of the game. I'd like to thank you all for watching my video and analysis of this game between Lothar Schmid and Langeweg. See, it turns out in this tournament, Lothar Schmid had a 6.5 rating at the end of the 10th round. He got 6th place, even though he lost this game to Langeweg. Now let's continue with just one more line. Let's say that black decided to remove his queen. Checkmate. Let's say he decided to move his king. Stop the threat of checkmate. It's still checkmate. Let's say that black decided that, hey, I'm going to lose everything. Let's just see if this works. Then comes check. And after the only good move, which move is better? Let's see. Let's just play this out. Takes, queen, takes, then check. We would have stops, takes, and now it's mate in 5. The line would be here. Oh, I was in check. Stops. Check. Those are some lines that could have been played. Let's see. This immediately makes it mate in 1. So, let's see, what's the best move? Would it be this? No. Check. Takes. Sorry for the useless analysis. I'm just enjoying this game. Let's say takes. Checkmate. Now let's see what the move from the computer would be. Yes, takes, check, checkmate. See, the computer cannot play this line. There is simply no way to stop this, mate. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Close Sicilian. This is the analysis of Lothar Schmid versus Langeweg. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe. I need views. Views would be highly recommended and highly, highly appreciated. Because, well, yeah, the meme world isn't being very nice to me these days, and please, views. I'll do more. If I get a grand total of 10 views this video, I will indefinitely make a video tomorrow. Thank you guys. Peace.